Hello students, welcome back. I hope you watched my previous videos wherein we have defined what is Laplace transform and we have also stated the properties of Laplace transforms and proved the properties of Laplace transforms. So today in this video we are going to solve some problems related to Laplace transforms of standard functions. Now these standard functions, we are going to use it later on to solve complex problems. So these are going to be the foundation for our future problems. Alright, so Laplace transforms of standard functions, we are also going to prove it in the similar manner what we had done in the properties derivations. So let's begin the first one. Show that Laplace transform of A is equal to A by S. Laplace transform of A is equals to A by S. So now again we have got an equation wherein we have an LHS and we have a RHS. So Laplace transform of A. So let's begin with our proof. So what is our first step? We are going to take or we are going to define Laplace transform. So what is Laplace transform of f of t is equals to? This is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Right? Now, what is our LHS? LHS is Laplace transform of A and this A is a constant. So we are going to substitute this A instead of f of t. So what is that now? 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into A into dt. Now the next step is remove the constant outside the integral sign. So we have A 0 to infinity e raised to minus st dt. So what is integration of e raised to x? What is integration of e raised to x dx? It is nothing but e raised to x. We have a constant here, so I can say what is the integration of e raised to ax? It is nothing but e raised to ax upon a. Right? So this formula we are going to use here. So what is that? A is going to remain in the same place into integration of e raised to minus st is e raised to, instead of a we have minus s and instead of t we have x. So it is going to be e raised to minus st by minus s, and since it's a definite integral we have to put the limits. Now when we have a definite integral, how are we going to solve it? We are going to put instead of t these limits, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So that is going to be a. I'll remove this minus s also outside because it is a constant. So it will be minus a by s, and here we have e raised to minus s into infinity minus e raised to minus s into 0. So e raised to infinity, infinity into s is infinity. So e raised to infinity is 0 and e raised to 0, 0 into anything is 0. So e raised to 0 is going to be equal to 1. So what is this? Now we have minus a by s into 0 minus of minus, so minus 1. It's going to be 0 minus 1. So minus a by s into 0 is 0, minus a by s into minus 1 is plus a by s. So what are we getting here? A by s, and this is our RHS, right? So we followed the same steps. Define the Laplace transform, substitute the value, simplify, you will get your answer. So this was our first standard function. What is that? Laplace transform of A is equal to A by S, or Laplace transform of a constant is equals to constant divided by S. The second one, like we had Laplace transform of a constant A, like that we can also take the Laplace transform of a number, that is again a constant but a number. So here we are going to take it as 1. So what is Laplace transform of 1? Laplace transform of 1 is equal to 1 by S. So this is going to be the similar way as we had done for Laplace transform of A. So let's do it. Proof. What is our first step? Define Laplace transform. This is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So, right, now what we have to do? We have to substitute for f of t. So it is Laplace transform of 1 is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into 1 into dt. 1 into anything is the same number, right? So it's going to be 0 to infinity e raised to minus st dt. So what is the integral of e raised to ax dx? It is e raised to ax upon x. So this is going to be e raised to minus st upon minus s, because here a is equals to minus s. The same method what we followed in the first one, right? So now what am I going to do? I am going to apply the limits. So when I apply the limits, it's upper limit minus lower limit. So I'll take minus 1 by s outside because it's a constant, and I will apply the limits to t. So it is e raised to minus s into infinity minus e raised to minus s into 0. So this is going to be minus 1 by s 0 minus 1, or this is going to be plus 1 by s, and this is our RHS. Minus 1 by s into 0 is 0, minus 1 by s into minus 1 is plus 1 by s. Now why I went fast in this problem was because it is similar to the first one. So let's not waste time and go for the third one. The third standard function. The third standard function is Laplace transform of e raised to at. So it is Laplace transform of e raised to at is equal to 1 divided by s minus a. 1 divided by s minus a. So again, our first step, what are we going to do? Define Laplace transform of f of t is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Right? Next, substitute Laplace transform of e raised to at. So where we have f of t, we are substituting e raised to at. So it's going to be 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into e raised to at dt. Right? Now this, do you remember something what I have told to you all in my previous video? What are we going to use here? We are going to use the law of indices, because the bases are the same. When the bases are same, the exponents get added up. So here, e raised to minus, I'll take it out, and what do we have inside? S minus a into t into dt. Now it's easy for me to integrate it. So again, this is of the form e raised to ax dx. Integration of e raised to ax dx. So when I have integration of e raised to ax, dx, I get e raised to ax upon a. So what is a here? A here is minus of s minus a. It is minus of s minus a. So substitute, what will we get here? E raised to minus s minus a into t divided by minus of s minus a. Apply the limits 0 to infinity. Now this is common. The same step again. Take 1 divided by minus 1 divided by s minus a, e raised to minus of s minus a into infinity minus e raised to minus s minus a into 0. So e raised to infinity is 0, e raised to 0 is 1. So this is equal to minus 1 s minus a into 0 minus 1. Minus 1 by s minus a into 0 is 0. Minus 1 by s minus a into minus 1 is plus 1 by s minus a. This is equal to RHS. Right? So let's go to the fourth problem. The fourth standard function is Laplace transform of t. So what is Laplace transform of t? Laplace transform of t is equal to 1 by s square. Laplace transform of t is equal to 1 by s square. So we have to prove this. Now again we are following the same steps. So that means I am first defining the Laplace transform. So that is Laplace transform of f of t is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So this is my definition, right? So substitute the value of f of t. Laplace transform of t is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. What is f of t? t into dt. Now here we are undergoing one small problem. That is, we have to integrate this by parts. That is, this is nothing but integration of u into v. U into v. Now many a times the students face problems when they have to integrate by parts. Differentiating by parts is very simple for them, whereas integrating by parts is very difficult. Right? So let me give you a small trick for it. Because many a times the students face difficulties in selecting which is u and which is v. Right? Or which is f of x and which is g of x. In some books it is mentioned as f of x and g of x, and in some books u and v. So let me just give you a small trick as to how to solve it or how to get this formula here. Now we know that integration is the opposite of differentiation. That is, when I integrate the differentiation of something, I get back the same number. That is, integrate d by dx of x if I have, and I integrate it, I get back x. X is nothing but integration of d by dx of x, right? So we will just see what is the differentiation by parts. Differentiation by parts is very simple to remember. So we'll just do that. So d by dt only I'll take so that you won't get confused. U into v. U into v. So when I differentiate this, I'll take u outside, then I take differentiation of v, so I'll get v dash. V dash is the differentiation of v. Then I keep v outside and I differentiate u, so I'm getting u dash. Now I will integrate on both the sides. So integration of d by dt of u into v is equals to integration of u into v dash plus integration of v into u dash. Right? So what is this integration? You get back the same number, right? U into v is equals to integration u into v dash plus integration v into u dash. Now remember, we have not applied definite integrals here. So if I have to apply definite integrals, here I'll have to apply the limits. Right? Now if you see this expression and this expression, I can take u as t and v as e raised to minus st, because this is already, we are applying the limits here. But I can take any of this. So what will I do is, I will take u into v dash to be this factor. That is, u is t and v dash is e raised to minus st. Now what we'll do here, we'll write it as integration u into v dash is equal to, so this thing I'm going to bring it on this side. So I have u into v minus integration v into u dash. Here I'm going to apply the limits. Right? So now this is my formula which I'm going to use here. Or if I remove the integral sign, if I remove the definite integral part, integration of u into v dash is equals to uv minus integration of v into u dash. So this is what is my formula, right? Now if I have to substitute u is equals to t and v dash equal to e raised to minus st, I also have to find what is the value of u dash and what is the value of v, right? So let me just rub all this so that we will focus only on the main parts. So let me rub this. So what is the expression? Integration of u into v dash is equals to uv minus integration of u dash v. This is our formula. And we have said that u is equal to t and v dash is equals to e raised to minus st. Right? So what is u dash? Differentiation of t with respect to t is 1. So u dash is equal to 1. And v, integration of differentiation of v will give you back v only. So integration of v dash will give you v. So integration of v dash is e raised to minus st upon minus s. So this we are going to substitute here. So let's substitute. We have, this is equal to, sorry, u is t into v. What is v? E raised to minus st upon minus s. And what we have to apply here? We have to apply the limits. Alright? Then minus u into v minus integration of u dash. What is u dash? 1. And what is v? v is e raised to minus st upon minus s into dt. Alright? So this is our expression. Now apply the limits here. So if I apply the limits here, this is infinity into e raised to minus s into infinity upon minus s, or I will just take the minus s common outside, 1 by minus s, right? So wherever I have t, I have to apply the limits. So this is infinity into e raised to minus s into infinity minus lower limit 0 into e raised to minus s into 0 upon minus s we have already taken up. Now infinity, this e raised to infinity is 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So this whole term becomes equal to 0. The next term, minus. Now I'll take minus 1 by s outside because it is a constant. So minus into minus 1 by s becomes plus. So I have plus 1 by s outside. And what do I have inside? 0 to infinity e raised to minus st dt. Now what is this? This is integration of e raised to minus st into dt is nothing but e raised to minus s by minus s. Or I can say this is nothing but the Laplace transform of 1. So if you remember, Laplace transform of 1 is nothing but integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st dt. Right? So what was Laplace transform of 1? Laplace transform of 1 was 1 by s. So that we can directly take it here, or if you really want to integrate it, you can still integrate and simplify. So we have this is equal to 0 plus, this is 0, so I'm going to write it here, plus 1 by s e raised to minus st by minus s 0 to infinity. So I have 1 by s square minus 1 by s square. This is, I'm going to remove it out, minus 1 by s. So it becomes minus 1 by s square into e raised to minus s into infinity minus e raised to minus s into 0. So that is going to be minus 1 by s square into 0 minus 1, or it is going to be 1 by s square, which is our RHS. Right? So whenever we face a difficult problem, we need not panic. Or suppose I don't remember the integral by parts formula, do not panic. Never panic, but try to find an alternate solution. Always try to work the problems in a smart way. Is it clear? Okay. Going for the next one. The fifth one. The fifth one is Laplace transform of t raised to n is equals to n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. So fifth one, it says Laplace transform of t raised to n is equals to n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. This is similar to your fourth one, but fourth one was simpler. This is going to be more complex. So let's see how do we solve this. So let's start the proof by defining Laplace transform of f of t is equals to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Right? So Laplace transform of t raised to n is 0 to infinity t e raised to minus st into t raised to n dt. So now again we have to use this formula. So to use this formula, we will again substitute the value of u and v. So what is the value of u and v? U is t raised to n, so u dash will be n into t raised to n minus 1, and v dash is e raised to minus st, so v is equals to e raised to minus st upon minus s. So that is going to remain the same. The only thing which is changing is your u and u dash, right? So substitute to the formula. So what do you get? Integration of e raised to minus st into t raised to n dt, you are going to get it as equal to u into v, that is t raised to n into, what is v? E raised to minus st upon minus s. Apply the limits 0 to infinity minus integration of u dash. What is u dash? N into t raised to n minus 1, and v is e raised to minus st upon minus s into dt. Right? So this no need to again solve it because we have already done it. So we know this is nothing but 0. So what is this? This, I am going to take n by minus s constant outside. So minus n by s into minus s plus n by s integration 0 to infinity t raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus st dt. Now again we have to solve this by integration of parts. Now here, what is u? In the second part, u is t raised to n minus 1 and u dash is n minus 1 t raised to n minus 2, right? And v and v dash are going to remain the same, right? So if I substitute here, n by s is going to remain constant outside, u into v, that is t raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus st upon minus s, 0 to infinity minus integration 0 to infinity u dash, that is n minus 1 t raised to n minus 2 e raised to minus st by minus s into dt. So again this part is going to be equal to 0 and we are left with this. So it is going to be n by s into n by s into, this is minus n minus 1 by s. So it is going to be n minus 1 into n minus 1 by s, right? And integration 0 to infinity t raised to n minus 2 e raised to minus st dt. Now again it's going to repeat. So this will become, now again u will become equal to t raised to n minus 1, u dash will become n minus 2 into t raised to n minus 3, v and v dash are going to remain the same. So next if we go on continuing, we will get this as n into n minus 1, see s into s square, so the next will be s cube and here it will be n minus 2, right? Integration 0 to infinity t raised to n minus 3 e raised to minus st dt. So if we go on continuing, we will see that this is going to be n factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1. So till we reach to t, it's going to go on continuing. It's going to go on continuing till we get t raised to 0, n minus n. So and then it will be e raised to minus st, integration of e raised to minus st dt like we had in the fourth problem. So we will get one more 1 by s there. So this will go on continuing. So if we have 3 terms on the top, we are going to get s to the power 3. So n factorial upon s by s raised to n plus 1 is what we will get if we go on continuing till the value we get as t raised to n minus n. Alright, I hope this is clear. Please write it and solve it so that it will be fixed in your mind. I hope this is clear, and if you have any doubts, please comment on the comment box. Do like, do subscribe so that you will be able to get notifications about my next videos. Thank you. Hope you have a good day.